Hello everyone, hello. Welcome to this edition of TCG with Victoria, Teen Christian Girls with Victoria. Today we're going to be talking about is being born again a boring life? Is it boring? You think it's boring? So we're going to be starting this by saying what does it really mean to be born again? So in lay terms, it will be, this is a life you've not lived before. Do you want to give Jesus the key of your car? Do you want him to drive you? So this is a world you've not navigated before, you're doing it for the first time. And do you want Jesus to take the driver's seat? Yes? No? So if he's going to take the driver's seat, he's going to be giving you some instructions like don't stick your hand through the window, use the seat belt, and some people find that really boring, as in they think, no, I can't keep up with this instruction. This is a life you've not lived before, so it is left for you to want Jesus to take lead, or you want to take lead and do all the things by yourself and see how it goes. But as a young person, what choice are you going to make? Being born again is not going to be anything anybody's going to force down your throat. You're going to take a choice by yourself. Let me excite you. In the Bible, it even gives you a choice. In the book of Revelation 3, verse 20, it says, I stand at the door, I knock. If anyone hears me, opens the door, I'm going to come in and share a meal with that person. Revelation 3:20. After this program, I'll encourage you to go read it. So he's going to stand at the door of your heart, knock. If you hear him, you can open. If you choose to have selective hearing and not to hear him or pretend not to hear him, well, it's up to you. So in that verse, you didn't hear anything about anybody breaking the door of your heart and opening and entering. No. So Jesus Christ is going to give you a choice to accept him into your life or not. It's going to be your choice invariably. So you can choose to open, and when you open, it will come in and share a meal with you. So what does this mean? Sharing a meal can mean some benefits for you. It can be wisdom, it can be understanding, it can be whatever you want God to bless you with. So there is a benefit to it. But because you need to follow some instructions, some people find this as boring. You have to live a holy life. You have to stop going to late night parties. You have to stop wearing those skimpy dresses or indecent dressing. You have to stop moving with your unholy friends or keeping up with the Joneses. So these are the things some people find boring. And in the real sense of it, being born again is a safe pathway. All these things that they ask you not to do or to live a holy life, apart from being born again, there are some even health issues related to you that can be of benefit to you. If you stay away from those things, if you abstain from such things, you never know what will happen to you. And some things are just good way of living. Like if they tell you don't tell lies, don't gossip, it's good morals. We need Christ. We need to live our life according to the tenets of the Bible, according to the principles of the Bible. We used to have a badge when I was much younger that says, what would Jesus do? How would Jesus do? When you're faced with some circumstances, what would Jesus do? What would you do? So living a good life in the pathway of Christ is that boring. You never know what's going to happen to you if you follow your own pathway. Walking through life is like walking blindfolded. You can stick your face in the wood, anything can happen to you. Maybe I should give you an example of what happened to me. It was a near-miss event when I was my first year in the university. It was freshest night. So this is a night for parties for all the new people in the uni. Till tomorrow, I don't know the purpose of that party, but it's a big thing in school. So I was living in a apartment with like 4 senior students. They were year 3, year 4, and I was lying on my bed, and they just came to me. Hey, are you not going to that party? And of course, I didn't want to go because my parents has told me don't go to night parties. I didn't want to go, but they kind of talked me into it. So who are people you surround yourself with? They talked me into it. They said, "Oh, okay, get up. That's how you just lie down there and pretend like you're not part of this, blah, 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 blah." They went on and they asked me to go and get all my clothes out. So I brought out my box. I keep my clothes in the box because the room was quite small. So I brought all my clothes and they went through it. Not this one, not this one. No. Eventually they brought out a boob tube. It was this size. And they got me dressed in it. And jeans, and I was all dressed up. So we're waiting for people that will come and carry us to the party. It wasn't 10 minutes. People started running back from the party, started running. "Oh God, what happened?" They said somebody threw a bottle on the fan. And we had to help some people take out pieces of bottles from their clothes, from their head, from their wigs, all sorts. I gently took off my clothes, washed my makeup off my face, and I went to bed. If I had gone, only God knows what would have happened to me. I might not have been lucky. Because I was even a novice, I will run towards the wrong direction, and only God knows what will happen. If they tell you don't go to late night parties, you don't even know what they're saving you from. In some parties, they mix up some things that you don't even know what they have mixed up, and they make you to drink it. So living a holy life, it's a safer pathway for you, and there are benefits to it, like I've said. And I'm going to just implore you today that you have to make a choice. You are growing up, you are now a teenager, you have to make a choice. Some people won't even hear the knocking of the door of their heart when Jesus Christ is knocking. But today you have somebody to tell you that open your heart to Christ and let Christ come in. Let Christ come into your life. Follow his pathway. It's a safe way for you to live. What is there that you want to do that you think you can do without? I'm just going to leave you with a few points today that you need to go and think about. Number one, surround yourself with godly friends. It will make the journey easy for you, so that you all find things together you can do as a Christian, and that will help you. If you surround yourself with friends that are not in the same pathway with you, they will let you think that what you're doing is stupid. Another thing, don't try to tag along with anyone. You have your own life to live. You have your own decisions to make. I pray for you. The words of the Lord will continually be a light unto your path, and God will give you the grace to live a holy life. And going to parties and dressing in this are not the only things. Don't forget the petty things that people seems to ignore, like backbiting, gossiping, exaggerating, all those small things that we tend to do and think, "Oh, it's a small thing." You'll be coming from somewhere else. Somebody will ask you, "Where are you coming from?" Instead of them to just say, "Oh, I'm coming from that place," people will cook up a big fat lie. Well, you have to consciously pay attention to what you do and make sure it follows the tenets of Christ. I pray for you. God will give you the grace to live holy and to abide by the principles of God. God bless you. I love you. See you next week. Bye.